Much Shock, Cyanide, and Peke. So here are where the teams currently sit. Peke, you may want to take note of these tables, by the way. It is one win away. Alliance, they do continue to hold first place, although that lead is indeed dwindling with 2 losses this week, and they're on a 4-game losing streak now. They're 14-6. Meanwhile, Fnatic, you're not top yet. They are extending their win streak to 6 wins in a row. But of course, they are second place now. 13 wins, 7 losses.
We do have a tie in third place, where SK Gaming and the Super Hard crew are now 11-9. Millennium has slipped into 5th in a tie with the rising Roccat, who are on a 5-game winning streak. They're both at 10 wins and 10 losses. And I do want to mention, Gambit is now 0-for-7 in the LCS, and they need to find some synergy quickly. Yeah,
those changes not working out just yet. And of course, those 8 matches this week, there are a number of players that we want to select for our OP team. In the top lane, well, we think none other than the man that's just played. Soaz has played fantastic this week.
Yeah, his Shyvana was very good in split pushing, helped end the game, but it was his Gragas yesterday that really stood out for me. It was against Mima on Mundo, and he just smashed Mima in the laning phase.
Well, in the jungle, it's not his partner, it's the man from Roccat. It is Jankos. He's been involved in everything so far. 2 first bloods once again. Roccat getting the most first bloods actually this week as well, I believe. And they had 11 kills this week as well. Fantastic performance.
Very, very strong play. Jankos has always been a dominant jungler when on form, but he's a little bit inconsistent. So it's good to see an aggressive, in-your-face Jankos securing kills for his team.
Especially since he played Vi as well as we're working out well for him. Mid lane is another man, his main man in the mid lane. It is Overpower once again. Absolutely the best mid laner this week.
He had the highest KDA out of all of Europe at 8.33. He played Fizz for the first time against Syndra. He played Gragas in the mid lane for the first time in Europe up against Yasuo. Strong performances and strong positional play against both of his enemies.
Yeah, no, us against SK and Alliance's performances as well. Fantastic stuff. AD carry, well, it's the man from the Wolves. It's Warlight. He has been phenomenal this week, really turning things around, even wearing a fedora in an interview.
Yes, very, very strong. Is it a fedora or a bowler? We'll discuss that another time. Regardless, his level was great. Another strong showing. Corki into Lucian and Lucian versus Caitlyn. I do want to give special mention to a few other AD carries as well. Creatine on Ezreal, Reckless on Vayne. Yep. But it was Warlight that shone in a team that is struggling when he needs to step up. He's delivering for the Wolves, helping them maybe get closer to 6th.
Well, with another impressive victory for Roccat. Of course, we're looking towards Vander as the support. He had 31 assists this week. It's the most in week 8.
Yeah, and if memory serves, he went unkilled yesterday and gave up 2 deaths today. Again, very strong play. I'm sad that he's not playing Thresh because earlier this year, I felt he was one of the strongest Thresh players. But you know what? He's transitioned that skill into his Braum, into his Nami, and he's just delivering again and again against multiple opponents.
Yeah, we should have a couple of honourable mentions because there's been some great supports this week. Unlimited for the Wolves, of course, alongside Warlight. Picked up 21 assists himself. And Yellowstar, who we just saw there, 24 assists overall. Some fantastic play from the supports this week.
I feel like a broken record because I praise Yellowstar's Thresh on a weekly basis, but how can you not? He delivers every single time. His death sentences, his lanterns, and his positioning.
Well, of all those players, we have to pick an MVP, and this week we have selected a member of the Rising Roccat, and this time it's the man in the jungle. It is Jankos.
Yeah, so again, really just want to praise his impact to the team. Without Jankos creating the opportunities, Roccat are seldom going to be able to make aggressive plays, and I feel now that he's making the plays and he's got the support of his team around jungles, around the lanes, things are working out for Roccat. He definitely is a leading force when it comes to starting fights and starting engagements. This week, it worked out for Roccat.
Yeah, that being one of the first bloods in the top lane against Wicked. Fantastic stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Week 8 of the League of Legends Championship Series will be continuing tomorrow in the North America, starting with Complexity versus Curse. A big one because those two teams went huge in the Super Weeks, of course, and then it's going to be followed by Evil Geniuses up against Cloud9.
That will be followed by Counterlogic Gaming as they take on Team Solo Mid. LMQ will then take on Team Dignitas, rather. And after those matches, the North American Challenger Series takes over with a quarterfinal best of 3 between Team Coast and Denial Esports. Those matches start on Saturday. Saturday at 9 p.m. Central European Summer Time, which is 12 noon Pacific.
I'm excited to see how long the ties can continue in North America. I'm going to be keeping my eye on that one for sure. Next week, of course, the European LCS will continue right here in Cologne, Germany, as the Super Hot crew will be taking on Rocket. That's a game you will not want to miss, that's for sure. And then Gambit will be going up against Alliance.
That will be followed by Fnatic versus the Copenhagen Wolves and SK Gaming versus Millennium.
That will all be starting next Thursday at 5 p.m. Central European Summertime, 9 a.m. Pacific. I'm pretty sure that's 6 p.m.
Should
actually.
be 6 p.m.
I'm pretty sure that should be 6 p.m., not 5 p.m. Right after the LCS preview show, we'll be kicking things off, of course. That's going to be half an hour before at 5:30. That does it for us, of course. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned, though, for the European Challenger Series quarterfinals that will be kicking off right now.